Greetings and welcome to the energy of Cancer. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. I thank you for the support of the channel and its contents. Please take only what you will. Um, that being said, we shall go ahead and get started. Currently, the moon is within a waxing phase that moves towards the energy of full moon in Taurus from Aries. Okay, so there is a drive here that produces an effect from what? From the moon in Aries. So the moon in the Fool's energy. Okay, pushing forward, taking leaps of faith in terms of emotional content. Okay, and with this, it shifts over to something more earthy, more Venusian in nature. Okay, also. Venus is also known as the second Earth. It is a sister planet to Mother Earth. And with this energy, there is a possibility for a conjunction with Uranus in retrograde in Taurus, okay, in opposition to the fixed axis with Taurus and Scorpio, where the Sun and Venus are. Okay, now with this, there's an interesting degree, okay, of emotional realizations that are tied to the moon and the full moon's energy that will bring forward modes of change, okay, that need to occur. And when they occur, there is a possibility of some form of enlightenment in terms of the mind. Okay, this is a period of gestation, but also of birth or renaissance, rebirth of some sort of the mind and of consciousness. Okay, and this is going to be something that activates also the dragon's head and tail, Rahu and Ketu, the North Node, South Node. All very good news in terms of this type of awakening. Okay. As far as immediate planetary influences, there are none for for Cancer's energy, which is good, meaning that you can remain untouched and actually see a lot of these events unfurl or develop in some sort of way. So we'll go ahead and begin with a bit of a karmic reading in terms of what's going on, what's the action behind the mystery of the first house of moksha. Okay, um, not the first house, but the first of the triplicity of moksha. That is the fourth house of Cancer. Okay, if there's a feeling that the world around you is somewhat disintegrating, or some of the structures around you are disintegrating, especially when it comes to flares, um, flares of passion. Uh, these are helping you to understand some of your own motivations of uh, producing new paths, producing new situations, or taking leaps of faith and walking the path. There's been hesitancy in terms of that walking, uh, um, and it's for good reason. Okay, why? Because the mind currently is trying to absorb something and learn something within the etheric realm. At least when it comes to Cancer's energy, any any planetary placements of Cancer that one would have. There's something about this that revolves around the revisitation of things left uh, aside, especially the thoughts being projected outward, astral projections coming into the dream world. Okay, and these dreams have been informative in some way through their perspective change, through the traveling. Okay, when returning back to something, there is an emotional awakening, some sort of catharsis. And with this, there is an understanding of the movement of the 5 to the 4. Okay, 5 to the 4 is fairly interesting, considering it is a movement back into stillness, back into a place of understanding. Okay, and perhaps there is an emotional awakening of some sort that is very passionless, that has to do with the burdens of the past. Okay, and also moving into the future. Excuse me. As you move into the future with the Two of Swords, there is a form, maybe two forms. Yeah, another five. Uh, of essentially being gifted with something, coming into a new reality that is not asked for. Okay, because there is a lot of rumination going on, especially with the Four of Swords emerging. A lot of rest is needed, mental rest, meditation, and essentially understanding some of the more feeling the feeling energies that emerge out of this, especially if they're ancient feelings. Okay, um, yeah. So that is what I'm seeing, at least esoterically. um, Not very clear, but there is a sort of a feeling there of the karmas that are going on with Cancer's energy. We'll go ahead and switch over now to the main reading. Yeah, not doing the Great Mirror this time around, but we'll go ahead and see what's activated. Pardon. Okay. So, another Five of Swords. This has been cropping up a lot for cardinal energy. The mind seems to be racing, and not only that, it seems to be changing its own mind. This is not necessarily a bad thing. There's goodness in it. There's the Aquarian way. There is also some sort of gift here with the two teachers in Aquarius. There is genius being brought about, okay, in terms of the mind, and this helps you to understand um, from a distance something of this coming about. Let's see here. Okay, I see goodness for the time being. Goodness of what degree? It would be the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so there's something emerging, something growing in terms of a wealth of knowledge, okay? There's an awakening happening here that it helps you to understand what society and also how to give within society. This is a very humanitarian reading already. I'm seeing a lot of good things in terms of this. There's something about you that can help others to understand their place in society, their place within organizations, their place within a relationship. And it will help to create balance in a mercurial way, to essentially give this sense of balance. Okay, now Gemini is going to be the saving grace here. There's a lot to be learned through the students and through students of equality to treat your colleagues, okay, the students of life, with equanimity, with equity. There's an ability to find something that is of an awakening in terms of Saturn's energy. Okay, with the movement of the air houses. Okay, now you have to be careful because with the air houses, a certain degree of karma or desire comes about, and with this, there is an ability to formulate thoughts. Okay, rely more. And those thoughts, by the way, are a sense of desire. Most thoughts are tied to desire or attachment towards some sort of subjective view that ruminates or that beats around the bush, that puts air around, putting on airs, puts air around certain things of the mind. Okay, the mind can wander. If you are having some sort of quasi or pseudo awakening right now, it is for good reason, and it has to do with your place in terms of the worlds that are emerging and bringing forward systems of balance mostly. This has to do with relationships, with not only um, others, but your relation to others and how you can uh, be be great together. Something like this. This is good. The past is more of an intuitive understanding, an intuitive sense for truth, trying to find truth. A lot of activation with Gemini's energy. Okay, so the North Node, the Dragon's Head, is very much here. We have to be careful with the Dragon's Head, considering that it can burn many people. It also has an ability to create delusions of grandeur. Okay, so try to find grounding, try to find footing within paths realized through Martian or Venusian energy. Okay, and truths emerge from the axis of war and peace. Okay, something like this. Now, in the future, there is an ability to find great knowledge that has been gestating, that has been growing over time, and this is a gift to you from Guru Bhagwan, from Jupiter, from Brahaspati. There's something here about the genius that emerges out of Aquarius that is supported and challenged by emotional undertones. Okay, and these will bring forward gifts. Okay, so there's a sort of a square here that is tied to Jupiter's energy in Aquarius versus the Moon's energy in Aries, which is shifting, mind you, into Venus's energy in Taurus. Okay, which is in a good placement considering what emerges out of Taurus, the Empress's energy, is something of a divine awakening, a conscious awakening of the priestess, the high priestess's energy. Okay, with this, the 12th house also, Pisces energy becomes activated, and the dream world opens up this enlightening sort of avenue. Okay, so uh, Jupiter is going to bring gifts of grand dreams. Okay, and these are things that that Cancer's energy has been waiting for, in order to activate some very grand resources. Okay, grand resources of knowledge. Okay, these are emotional in nature, also creative in nature. Impulses within intuition is coming. Okay, in terms of advice for this, if you have some form of unfinished business or something in the past that was not bringing fruition, now you have it, and this will give you the drive to essentially meet the current season, the solar energy, also the solar energy and the mercurial energy that is tied to awakening. Okay, that will bring forward. Let's see here. It would be the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. This would bring forward, in the context of things that are unfinished, some form of understanding when it comes to those things never having to be finished. Okay, if it's done, it's done. You have to let it go. That's essentially what I see. All right, that is what I have for the energy of Cancer. Forgiveness if there was a slippery slope there. It was a path needed to be tread. So I hope that you embrace the challenges of transformation that come through Scorpio season, and also through the fixed axis opposing that of Taurus's energy. Okay, now one thing that you should note is that the moon will shift into a conjunction with Uranus's energy in Taurus. Okay, that's the full moon, meaning that there's something about what you can value, what kind of worlds are being brought about, that will help you to harmonize with others. Emotional awakenings, creative awakenings are going to be occurring, and they will come unexpectedly. Okay, and not only that, once again, there is a heightened intuition for the energy of Cancer, which is once again the first house, the first triplicity of the path towards liberation, of moksha. Okay, now take care. Bye bye.